What's going on? This is RJ from Game News USA, back today with another retrospective. Today, we're going to go over the streamer Destiny. Some of you may know him, some of you may not know him. All I know is he has the fastest mouth in the West. He is a talker. He will talk and debate. He's a left winger, and he will absolutely believe in what he believes in, and he will debate anybody, and he just goes nuts constantly and gets into tons of controversy with his controversial statements. And so today we're going to look at him, and we're going to look at his career, and we're going to look at certain aspects of him, and we're going to find out what makes Destiny tick, because he ticks pretty quick. We'll put it that way. I have to watch him at half speed, honestly. He talks like a mile a minute. I'm not even joking. So, anyway, without further ado, enough of the rambling. Let's get right into it. Thank you for being here. Hit the subscribe button. Let's start. So, Destiny, the streamer, was born Stephen Kenneth Bonnell II, December 12th, 1988. Better known online as Destiny. He's an American live streamer and political commentator. He was among the first people to stream video games online full-time and received attention as a pioneer in the industry. So yes, we are covering him because he does stream video games. But man, oh man, he has totally went off the political deep end. Since 2016, he has garnered further attention for streaming political debates with other online personalities, in which he advocates for progressivism and liberal politics. The New York Times has described Bonnell as a liberal, while in 2020 Bonnell described himself as being a very big social democrat. So, just to be clear, one thing I do appreciate about Destiny is he is willing to debate people on the other side, and he is actually a good debater, whether you actually agree with his points or not. A good debater can debate any side of a topic. For those of you that don't know, because I actually do know, I was a debater in high school. I was really good at it, actually. Incredibly good at it. And one of the things I don't really like about formal debates anymore is just it's way too structured, and there's so many intricacies and rules that I really just don't want to do. I'd rather just have a regular-ass conversation, which is why I sort of fell out of debating. However, I do recognize Destiny is an excellent debater. Look, whether you agree with a topic or not, you have to be good at it if you're going to be a good debater. I once saw him advocate for pro-life in a debate versus Matt Dillahunty, who was pro-choice. And we know that's not really Destiny's position. Yet he was able to argue it anyway, because that's what a good debater does. However, it doesn't excuse a lot of the behavior that he's done outside of the realm of just debating, because there's a lot of things that he says and does that I really don't like. The way that he completely hates the other side, and some recent controversies we're going to get into. So, let's start with his early life. He was born in Omaha, Nebraska to Cuban-American mother and a white American father. He was raised in a conservative Catholic home, and he attended Creighton Preparatory School, a private Jesuit high school for boys. So, right off the bat, I'm learning new things about him. I didn't know he had Cuban in him at all. And also, I did think I knew that his parents were conservative. Sometimes, when you're raised by conservative parents, you rebel. Sometimes you turn out just like them. In this case, he rebelled, obviously. When he was a preteen, his mother's home daycare business collapsed, and his family's home was foreclosed. A few years later, his parents moved to take care of an aging relative, after which he lived with his grandmother until he was 18. During his childhood, Destiny played Japanese role-playing games, which he says made him an adept reader. Yeah, so one of the things he does, like I mentioned before, is he talks really, really fast. I also could tell he reads really, really fast. And so that doesn't necessarily mean he's super intelligent either. Just because he can debate well and he can read fast and he can talk fast will make him seem like he's super intelligent. He is one of those guys that believes he's the smartest one in the room, but that's not always the case, as we'll talk about later. In 2007, Destiny enrolled in the University of Nebraska, where he studied music while working night shifts as a restaurant manager at a casino. Ultimately unable to juggle both his education and full-time work, Destiny dropped out of college in 2010. Interesting. The smartest man in the room couldn't make it through college. Huh. Interesting. Soon after, he was fired from his restaurant position, which he blamed on poor social skills such as lack of empathy. So he's somewhat self-aware that he lacks empathy. You would think maybe he would do something about that. Can you imagine for a second, if you know anything about Destiny, imagine if Destiny is working at the restaurant you're at as your server. Do you really believe he's going to be kind and pleasant and warm whenever all you've known him as is cold, quick, and dismissive? Yeah, I can see why that isn't going to work out for him in the customer service industry. Destiny later found work as a carpet cleaner, working 12-hour days for commission. His average pay was $3 to $4 an hour. Oh, God. He got totally fucked in that job. Totally fucked. In 2011, Destiny quit his job as a carpet cleaner, good with that kind of pay, by the way, to stream video games full time, streaming his StarCraft 2 matches on livestream.com and ustream.tv and Justin TV, now Twitch. He was immediately financially successful. In October of that year, Destiny joined professional team Quantic Gaming and placed fourth in the 2011 MLG Global North American Invitational. During his service as a StarCraft 2 streamer, Destiny was known for his abrasive and confrontational style, including use of offensive comments against other players for shock humor. Now that we know what got him famous, cue the music. Starting in 2016, Destiny had gained attention for live streaming political debates with other internet personalities. Destiny debated popular YouTuber John Jafari, better known as JonTron, on imagination assimilation in March 2017. After JonTron tweeted in support of anti-immigration sentiments by Republican Congressman Steve King, in his debate with Destiny, JonTron's statements concerning race, crime, and immigration were seen as controversial by viewers, and the subsequent backlash garnered media attention. Who remembers that incident? I know I do. In November 2018, Destiny and fellow streamer Thyrex premiered a political commentary collaboration, the DT Podcast. The podcast streamed its final episode on October 2019, during which Thyrex confronted Destiny regarding statements the latter had made about defending his use of offensive humor, including racial slurs in private. In 2021, Destiny debated Marxian economist Richard Wolff, with Destiny defending capitalism in that debate. Yes, Destiny defended capitalism. Destiny described the label of socialism as poorly defined and noted a history of famine and abuses in countries like the Soviet Union and China, while Wolff responded by attempting to correct perceived misconceptions from Destiny of his views of socialism through the debate. And let's see. Destiny has cited his poverty during his teenage and college-aged years has influence on his views and says that he prefers to argue based on empirical data rather than moral association. In March 2022, Destiny was indefinitely banned from Twitch due to hateful conduct. Esports speculates that this may have been due to Destiny streaming with white nationalist Nick Fuentes, who had previously been banned from the platform. While Destiny speculated it was due to him expressing the view that trans women shouldn't compete with cis women in women's athletics, in September 2023, Destiny, alongside other political streamers such as Vosh, Emma Vigard, and Keffels, interviewed U.S. Representative Ro Khanna about various topics, including the importance of youth political participation and ways to push progressive political sentiment, as well as asking questions about Khanna. In March 2024, he appeared on the Lex Fridman podcast in a debate with Norman Finkelstein and historian Benny Morris and political analyst Morin Rabini regarding the Israeli-Islamic conflict. Destiny identified as libertarian in 2016, but his politics began shifting towards liberalism after an incident in which he heard another streamer call a gay person a F-slur. Destiny had argued against certain aspects of both far-right politics and far-left politics. Furthermore, he had promoted the idea that college campuses should have students who have diverse opinions in order to reduce polarization. In 2019, Destiny began debating in favor of capitalism against socialist and communist. Destiny has stated that his intention is not to persuade their opponents, but to persuade the audience. Although he's expressed that airing his opinions often feels like screaming into the void. He estimates he has received hundreds of emails from former members of the alt-right crediting him for their conversion to left-wing politics. Subsequent journalistic and academic coverage of right-wing YouTube commentary has credited Destiny as an early and effective opposition to it, particularly owing to his provocative, combative debate style, which appeals to right-wing gaming audiences. Like I said, I like his style. I don't always agree with what he says. I don't always hear what he says because he's so fast. But that's the way it is, you know? Destiny was notified in September 2020 that his Twitch partnership agreement would be terminated the following month for encouragement of violence. The termination came as a result of comments made on stream after the Kenosha unrest shooting, in which Destiny expressed opposition to riots at the George Floyd protest. Destiny said, "The rioting needs to fucking stop. And if that means like white redneck fucking militia dudes out there mowing down dipshit protesters that think they can torch buildings at 10 p.m., then at this point they have my fucking blessing. Because holy shit, this fucking needs to stop. It needs to have stopped a long time ago." Destiny later said that Kyle Rittenhouse was clearly misguided, but that his frustration was with the rioters who Destiny believed would scare people into voting for Donald Trump again. After the first 2024 assassination attempt of Donald Trump, Destiny stated that Trump supporters and his supporters reap what they sow, and I'm here to watch the harvest. Disgusting attitude. Disgusting. Israel-Palestine. Following the 2023 Hamas attack on Israel, Destiny has expressed interest in the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. He has shown sympathy for Israel, stating, "The Palestinians are oppressed by all the Arab countries, and no country is for them, which is supposed to be on their side. has bothered to offer them a real solution. And yet, their anger is directed fully at Israel, and unjustifiably, in my opinion. Destiny has argued against the Palestinian right of return, believing it would make peace and a two-state solution impossible. In March 2024, he appeared on the Lex Friedman podcast in a debate with Norman Finkelstein, historian Benny Morris, and political analyst Morin Rabini regarding the Israeli-Hamas conflict. Economics. In a conversation about immigration with the YouTuber Carl Benjamin, popularly known as Sargon of Akkad, Destiny expressed his general view that because immigration lowers the cost of labor for companies hiring low-wage earners, it is good to have high levels of immigration. Furthermore, in order to fix the wealth disparity caused by both the lowered wages of low-wage earners and the heightened wages of high-wage earners, Destiny proposed raising taxes on the wealthy and distributing the earnings to the poor. So this is what you would call a Robin Hood tactic. Stealing from the rich, giving to the poor. It's the distribution of wealth. In 2020, Destiny supported the general election campaign of Joe Biden. Following Biden's victory, Destiny led a canvassing campaign in support of Democratic candidates Jon Ossoff, Raphael Warnock in the 2021 Georgia Senate runoffs. With the help of approximately 140 volunteers mobilized from Destiny's online audience, the campaign knocked on an estimated 17,000 to 20,000 doors in Columbus, Georgia, making it one of the larger campaigns of the election. Destiny led another canvassing operation in support of Mark Goodell for the 2024 Omaha mayoral election. On March 3rd, 2021, Goodell officially cut ties with Destiny over the latter's statements regarding riots at the George Floyd protest. In February 2024, Destiny spearheaded canvassing efforts by political activist group Progressive Victory in Cincinnati, Ohio, to support Sherrod Brown in the Ohio U.S. Senate race. Destiny lived in Nebraska before relocating to the Los Angeles area in December 2018. In late 2021, he moved to Miami, Florida. Destiny has been married twice and has a son. He is openly bisexual, and his second marriage was an open marriage with Swedish streamer Melina. I'm not going to say her last name. Destiny and Melina married in December 2021. They separated and filed divorce in December 2023. Destiny was a cuck. He was a cuck. He's a bleeding left-wing cuck who can debate good and sometimes has good takes. Sometimes he's on the right side of it. But at the end of the day, just look at him. He's a cuck. That's all Destiny is. That's all he's ever going to be. He's a little tough guy on the internet that's going to debate people. Well, but then he wants to sit there and he's happy that Trump supporters got shot. And he has no empathy. Who is this guy? Who is this guy to think that he could treat people this way? Honestly, ask yourself that question. Well, anyway, guys, that is the end of this retrospective. Thank you all for watching. Just like any other person, Destiny has good qualities. He's got bad qualities. But ask yourself this. Is this a man you'd want to have a beer with after a hard day's work? No! You wouldn't! So, why not have a beer with me, hit that sub button, and have a good one. Peace. I'm out.